Welcome back. It's time for our Parent-to-Parent segment. We often allow our teens to play various sports to help them learn the importance of teamwork, sportsmanship, and an active, healthy lifestyle. However, most sports carry relevant concussion risk. In fact, recent studies have shown that sports concussions have nearly doubled over the past 10 years. And here with more is Potential magazine publisher Pam Mashburn to talk more about this very real concern that a lot of parents have. It's so fun to see your child out there with their team, especially if they're doing well and they're healthy and happy.
And they have that little outfit on and that little helmet, and they're just loving it, you know.
The boys would hate that you call it an outfit.
I know.
Uniform.
Sorry.
So they're out there and they're having a good time until they're not, until something could physically happen to them. And as moms, we're always thinking about that.
We are. And you know, especially, we always think about concussions with football.
Yes.
And you know, they say really the definition of a concussion is any kind of blow to the head. And so we've always focused on those, but at least they have protective equipment.
Yes.
But you know, there's a lot of other sports that we found out are actually have a higher risk, like girls soccer. That's like the #1 category for concussions for girls.
Wow.
And apparently with the girls, they have a 40% higher chance of getting a concussion than the boys soccer players.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
I didn't realize that either. So we talked to some doctors at Children's Hospital, or Children's of Alabama in Birmingham, and then also Dr. Epperson here at Jackson Hospital.
Okay.
And they told us a lot of interesting things. Now, you know, I will say that the High School Association the Alabama High School Association,
yes.
They have put in a lot of things in place where parents and students have to sign, like, this is all of the symptoms of a concussion, and watch out for that.
So you can't say you didn't know.
Right.
They inform you. They let you know the risk involved.
Right, but I think that, you know, we teach our kids to kind of toughen up with sports, which is a good thing, except when they get hurt.
Yeah, they need to let you know if something's not quite right.
And sometimes they may not realize it wasn't like a big headbanger kind of incident, but all of a sudden they've got a headache, or they might have blurred vision, or they're having trouble remembering things. Or one of the symptoms is that they have mood swings, like they get really sad.
Yeah.
And so there's some
and
things
you'll think it's just them being
hormonal,
a teenager or whatever, or
but
hormonal.
we need to be watching that because they're saying that most concussions, the kids are going out on the field too quickly. So they're saying 7 to 10 days is kind of the average recovery time.
And they don't want to wait. They don't want to miss a game.
But you know what? You know these stories that we hear about these college athletes and these professional athletes that are having, you know, some serious issues and even like going into suicide.
Sure.
Well, it's not because they had a concussion. It's because they had multiple concussions. So if we put our kids back out on the field too early, then they can get damage that it's that second impact, that second concussion before they've recovered.
And you might not even see it now. It might show itself
later,
years from now.
So we as parents, you know, I think the coaches are very aware of it and they're really watching it, but we as parents need to really watch it. And you know, I had one of the doctors say, you know, the coaches didn't realize it, the parents didn't, but the teammates said, hey, he's not quite right. Like he doesn't seem quite right. And he's the one that alerted the coach to the problem. So we need to all be kind of talking about it. They're saying with girls, because they don't have that neck and upper body strength, they think that's why they're getting, and they head that ball, you know, and they don't have any kind of protective equipment. And there also just had a study that said that a lot of concussions are going unreported.
Yes.
So even that one where they just like hit their head and they may have a mild headache, we need to have them sit out a little bit.
Yeah, and make sure that they are ready to go back in there. If they are ever ready to go back in there, their health is way more important than any sport or any game that they play.
Yeah, because you know, their chances of becoming a professional football player is not real. That's a really small chance.
Yeah.
But even if they did go into the pros, we don't want them to have some injury in high school that keeps them from hitting that potential.
Yeah, but you hit it right on the head though when we were introducing you, when you told us to talk more about that. It is about teamwork. It is about that fellowship that they have with the other students and the fun they could have. But again, you want them to do that in a healthy way and in an injury-free way. So this is a great article that's in your magazine this month.
There was one thing I wanted to mention too that I didn't mention. This is for people that have younger kids. Dr. Epperson said that there have been no studies for the developing brain of small children.
Yeah, and
so
they start really young.
They start really young, that's right. And apparently the brain doesn't finish fully developing until they're 25, which would explain why my 18-year-old doesn't always make wise choices, because he hasn't finished developing. But he said if it's a young child and they have an injury, he says they don't need to go back in during the season.
Yeah.
Because we really don't know what kind of effect that would have. So if you have
Sure.
younger ones playing some of these impact sports, err on the side of caution.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yes.
what I was thinking. If you want to see Potential Magazine, it is everywhere where you'll find teens and their parents.
That's
so,
right.
so doctors' offices and all kinds
Hair
of places
salons,
like
nail salons in your schools.
everywhere. Look
That's
for
right.
Potential Magazine. Great things there for you and your teenager. Thank you so much for being
Tanya.
here. It's a little
Always a
scary,
pleasure.
but we really do need to talk about that.
Yeah,
Very important
exactly.
topic there. We'll see you next time. Okay.